last week now, we saw Brian Lavelle kick up a storm. And what happened next, we couldn't even predict it because the entire world has been talking about it. The entire track and field space has been talking about it. And quite frankly, he's been making headlines left, right, and center. Before I go any further, however, remember, smash the like button and subscribe to Halftime TV if you're new to the channel as we continue our quest to 27,000 subscribers. For those who have already tuned in and have already subscribed to the channel, big up. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. We have the next Diamond League meet coming up in a couple of weeks' time. We also have the U.S. National Championship or the U.S. National Trials coming up. I think it's next weekend. I think it's next weekend. So we have the U.S. National Trials coming up next weekend. Sydney McLaughlin, it's been reported that she only registered to compete in the flat 400 meters. So we're keeping an eye on that. But for this topic or for this show, we're only going to talk about the Jamaican trio because I know we've been talking about Kishane Thompson and what he has in store and how fast he can go, but I think Brian Lavelle, he's definitely one to keep an eye on for the season. I know he won't be competing for Jamaica in the individual 100-meter race because of what happened at the national championship, but as we can see, he has all the quality to deliver on the big stage, and he has all the quality to go on. Yeah, yeah, Rico, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you. And just for perspective, remember we have Akeem Blake. We have Akeem Blake who said, "Oh my, so I have a gray hair here. One of the track and field folks stressing me out." Mm-mm. Anyway, I have a gray hair, so I give thanks for it. I just saw it. But yeah, so Brian Lavelle going into the 100 meters at the Jamaica National Championship. We spoke about it and we spoke about the possibility of an upset in Jamaica. That wasn't to be. But now what we're seeing is Brian showing that he has the quality and he is capable of doing big things over 200 meters. And now him running 9.82 seconds over 100 meters, that can only help his 200-meter race, and it can only contribute positively to what he'll have to do or what he'll plan to do at the World Championship over 200 meters. I know, again, big up everybody in the comment section. Remember, folks, as soon as you hop on, let me know where you're tuning in from. Drop your flag in the comment section. We always love to see the flags in the comment section because I think it gives that little bit of vibe in the comment, little bit of flavor as well. Greetings, one and all. Tony Green, big up yourself. Big up the entire Caribbean massive that's tuned into Halftime TV. And even if you're not in the Caribbean, big up to you as well. Big up to the entire globe. We have a huge African following as well. So I truly appreciate and love each and every one of you. Forgive me, I haven't gotten the opportunity to do a lot of videos this week due to obviously personal commitments. But I try to squeeze one in every now and then. And next weekend, we're going to be live streaming and bringing you the national championship as well. So look out for that. So, so Big Boy will have, I think, until August. I think it was August 20. I think August. Yeah, August 20 something to qualify. So he still has another opportunity to qualify for the 400 meters. Um, Ashanti Moore has qualified. She, remember, she was a 200-meter national champion. Uh, Jamaica still has a couple more athletes who can go out there and who can meet the qualifying mark. So let's keep an eye on that and see how that plays out. But for now, Ashanti Moore, who's a 200-meter national champion, she didn't get the time at the national stadium, but she did in fact get the time. I think it's earlier this week. Again, like the time is so scrambled in my head, but I do believe it was earlier this week that she got the qualifying time. All right. So Ashanti Moore, she is headed to the World Championship. Brian Lavelle, he's in no rush, just step by step. Yeah, from San Diego, it's always refreshing. Thank you so very much, Yvette. I appreciate it, and we try our best to ensure that everyone can follow what's happening. All right, is that your? That's a good one. FBS psychology. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. All right. So yeah, back to the track and field action. I definitely think Jamaica will be mindful of the times that Brian Level has been registering, and they'll be keen to add him to that. However, we know there's a lot of politics involved as well, as we've seen over the years, and depending on what's happening behind the scenes, he may or he may not be a part of the relay pool. Generally, I think they bring like six or so. We go ahead and show him qualification time and trial. These are yeah. So I think generally there's like six or so athletes that they use as part of the pool. Um, Two usually do the Katie Allen. Yeah, you can get a shout out. The pleasure. I don't have a problem shouting you out, Katie. So yeah, they usually have about six. They have two who run in the heat or the qualifying part, and then when it gets to the final, two are replaced to come in to kind of take it home. So we'll see. We're keeping an eye on that. We know when it comes to the J3, it can be a little bit tricky and it's very unpredictable. We have something in our minds that we expect, or we have something that we think that that's how it's supposed to go, but that's not how it generally works. So to come here and to say yes, I think he will be there, can't say that. I hope he is there, but it's not always how it works. I All right. So yes, Brian Level 9.82. Now we have Kishane Thompson 9.75, and we have Oblique Seville with a personal best of 9.81. So these three Jamaicans, uh, Oblique Seville has gone 9.83 this season so far. So this season, the three fastest the Jamaicans have registered at 9.75, 9.82, and 9.83. And that's huge in the grand scheme of things, because I think we're gradually getting back to a space where we want to be. Remember one time we had a Safa, you and Blake and Usain Bolt? Yeah, we're getting back to that space. And I won't even go out on a limb to say it's Asafa, Usain Bolt, and Johan Blake era. I won't go out as far as to say that, but I can say from a 100-meter perspective, it is truly looking positive, and the work that Shaniki Osborne has been doing with with Brian Lavelle, it's showing more and more. Every time I see Brian Lavelle, he looks in better shape. He looks he looks quicker. He looks as if he I don't know. And remember, this youngster is still what, 2021, still very young, still very young. So the future is his. It's a bright future for him, and I think him competing with Oblique Seville and Akeem Blake and Kishane Thompson, it's something that we relish, and we cannot wait for the opportunity to see three or four top Jamaican sprinters lining up in a 100-meter, as we saw a couple of years ago. Akeem Blake to Oblique Seville to Brian Lavelle to Kishane Thompson is going to be crazy. Rico, I agree. And that curve, remember I told you after the London Diamond League, where the Jamaican team went out and ran the 4x100-meter relays, I told you how I felt about the transition, and especially on the curve. I wasn't too confident on it because I thought it was a little bit sloppy. And in the end, they still managed to register a good enough time that got them into those qualifying spaces. But I still thought there were spaces where we could improve on. There were areas that we could improve on. And again, remember, I'm just on the outside looking in. So I expect the coaches and the powers that be, I expect them to be seeing it as well. And Rico, big up yourself, because I know you were one of those who came on here when I was doing the live stream, and you shared your thoughts as well about those exchanges. And you're constantly saying it. Oliver Taylor, big up yourself, Oliver Taylor as well. So we see these things and we are on the outside looking in. So we expect the coaches and those who are getting paid the big bucks to be able to identify these as well. So I think putting Brian Lavelle in that third leg, I think it will work wonders for the Jamaican relay team if everything remains as they are now. We need to be sharper on the stick. The exchanges have not been good. Agree, agree. There you go. There you go. But yeah, Brian Lavelle, 9.82 seconds. He continues to impress. He continues to get better and better and better as the days go by. Kishane Thompson, we know what we're going to get with Kishane Thompson already. Oblique Civil, again, one that getting some more races this season. There's a bird up there giving some problem. Big up the entire Orlando Massive. Big up the entire Orlando Massive. I'm in Toronto. Big up the entire Toronto Massive as well. But yeah, getting back to it. Yeah, we expect them to get better. We expect them to get better. And with Oblique Civil getting some more races in his legs this season, we also expect him to go very quick when we get to the World Championship. Kishane Thompson, he does not know how to run slow, so no surprises there. And now Brian Lavelle sharpening the first 100 meters off his 200 meters is always good. And I know he will have a few more 100-meter races. I think if we can transition that over to the 200 meters, that will bode exceptionally well for the Jamaican track and field team. A lot of times you have some athletes who they master the 200 and then they cut down to the 100 meters, as was the case with Usain Bolt. You also have some folks who they like the 100 meters and they master the 100, and then they by extension they try out the 200 meters. Um, if Brian Lavelle can get that time in his if he can get that time in his 200 meters, I don't think for the first 100 meters I don't expect him to be running 9.8 there, but no, I don't expect him to be running that because how the 200-meter works, you kind of save the best for last. You come out strong, and then you temper the expectations midway through, and then you find that extra bit when you get to the final 100 meters. So I think Shaniki Osborne is the perfect person to help him manage that race and to figure out the aspects of his race that he needs to work on over 200 meters. We've seen what she's done with Elaine Thompson here, and I don't uh, I don't doubt that she can deliver similar results with Brian Lavelle. But those are my thoughts. For those on here who haven't started following us on TikTok, you can check us out, the Halftime Analyst on TikTok. We try to do some shorter videos over there because again, it's more convenient. I'm doing this on my phone now. I prefer to do it on my camera most times, just because of the quality and that sort of thing. But nonetheless, we try to get the content to you any by any means. Let's check out the comment section and see what's happening. Oliver, big up yourself, Oliver. Oliver Taylor. We have Yemen, Tony Green, big up yourself as well. Rico, as always. Paris, Sports Fanatic, big up. Um, Adam, Katie, Katija. Yeah. So Anna is there. Scary Films. So yeah, big up everybody in the comment section. Thank you so very much for tuning to yet another episode. And remember, share your thoughts below. What are your thoughts and what are your expectations for Brian Lavelle as the season progresses? Were you surprised with the 9.82, or do you think he can go actually faster than 9.82? Drop those answers in the comment section below and let's keep the conversation going. Have yourselves a fantastic day and enjoy your weekend. I hope you get outside. I hope you have some fun with your friends, with your family, that sort of stuff. All right. Big up on yourself. Hard Time TV saying,